What's up, fight fans, and welcome back to Fight Vibe. I'm Scott Patrick Farrell, and today on Scott Talks, we're going to talk about how styles make fights. So, how do we differentiate? I want you to comment down below, right? Write your stuff down because I love it. I want to hear about you. You're the stars of this show, not me. Fuck, look at the state of me. I don't even deserve to be a star. What I'm here to is to talk to you guys. And let's talk about boxing. And what I want to know is he a boxer, right? Or is he a brawler? Easy, Tiger. So let's give you a little bit of background. So Fight Vibe, we bring you the facts, the truth, the reviews, the commentary, the live shows on Scott Talks. And fuck me, can I talk? I'm telling you that now. You know, I can talk underwater. Yes, Russell Harrison down in Singapore. That's what he used to say to me all the time. Hey, Russ, what's up? So on this show, we don't believe in logos or giving shout outs at all. So I am definitely not going to give a shout out to my mate at Squared Circle Report because, you know, Alex, you're such a great guy. I can't even give you a shout out. And I can't even give a shout out to Sean Gibbons as well and Viva Manny Pacquiao Promotions that I've worked a long time with because, you know, it would be a wrong thing to do. And I can't give a shout out to the knuckleheads, right, that have been around forever. And that's a true boxing story we're going to give you. So, you know, we're just going to keep it real. Of course, I'm going to give you a shout out because that's what we do. We want you to get all the acknowledgement, you to get all the fame. I just want to deliver the message. And a bit of boxing, you know. Oh, just even thinking about it, I want to go down the gym now and, you know, just get it on a little bit, you know. Right, so let's get back to the subject matter. The subject matter is how styles make fights. Now, we all saw recently Kambosos versus Devin Haney down at the Marvel Stadium, right? Am I right? Yeah, I am right because I commentated on it. Okay, over in Melbourne, Australia. And you've got Haney there that really, I believe, won that fight on the jab. You know, he was jabbing body, head. You know, he was slipping. He was rolling under the punches of Kambosos. And Kambosos was really trying to come in and try, you know, really kind of brawl his man and, excuse me, work on the inside. But it didn't really go his way, as you know. And Haney walks away undisputed lightweight champion of the world. So there we go. And it was the styles in the fights, the style of each fighter, obviously, that, you know, that we're here to discuss. Because does that make Kambosos a bad boxer? No, does it? Fuck. Kambosos is a great boxer, right? You know, and on another day against another fighter for the same amount of titles, it could have smashed the guy to pieces. You know, it's a very, very interesting subject, this. So let's take a look. Let's take a look together. Apologize about my voice and stuff. I'm suffering from a cold, but fuck that, because I do not care. The show must go on. We're live. I'm still alive, so let's just do it. Right, so what we're going to do now, let's look at 10 different legendary fighters, right? No, actually, no, legendary is the wrong word because the guys that were from yesteryear, obviously legendary, and the guys that are still around now are still on their way to becoming legends, right? So let's see how we go forward on that. So, right, so let's take up the first one. The first one I want us to have a look at, we nicknamed him himself, actually. He used to be called Dynamite. Then later on in his life, he became the baddest man on the planet. It's Mike Tyson. And here's Mike just doing his normal, knocking the shit out of people. Right, so there's Mike Tyson. So comment below and tell me, is he a boxer or a brawler? And why? Yeah, right? Yes, he's out. Let me just check my notes here, right? So, Mike Tyson, born in 1966, right? Pro debuted in 1985. 58 fights, 50 wins, 44 KOs. So we all know Mike Tyson, massive, massive puncher, okay? But being power and having that much power, right, does that make him a brawler? Would you class him like, oh, he's a brawler, he comes out and he brawls? Or would you class him as a boxer? You know, because he did have great footwork as well. Remember Mike, right? Trained by Kevin Rooney in the old Customato many, many years ago. Very interesting subject. You know, I'd like to see your comments on that. Let me know. And let's see what you've got to say about it on the subject. I'm just having a look down there now to see if I can see anything, but no, I can't see nothing on my screen. I've got no live stream here, so I'm just going to go with it and see what's happening. But yeah, look, what do you think? Mike Tyson, you know, powerful, he had great head movement as well, didn't he? You know, a small heavyweight, a tiny heavyweight, you know, really compared to Lewis and Holyfield and everybody else that was, you know, there at the time. And yeah, he was the man, right? He was the man knocking the shit out of him. Great to watch. You know, but I think for $199, you got about 13 seconds of Mike Tyson. For some reason, you were still happy with it because he was all right, wasn't he? He was fucking entertaining. Love it. So, don't know where we got on that because I can't see shit on my screen. With all this beautiful stuff we've got around here, I'm going to pass it to one of my technicians and say, right, sort this out so I can see myself, so I can see you, because you're important, not me. I can see myself on camera, and that's also weird. But what I want to see, I want to see your comments so that I can actually comment back and we can have a discussion on it. So, but we'll see. We'll soon be there. I mean, Mike Tyson for me was the kind of guy that, you know, when I first really got into boxing and the heavyweight scene, you know, and we've seen the likes of Holyfield and the rest, and Muhammad Ali, obviously the greatest of all time. I can see myself now. I don't look too bad, actually. I thought it looked a lot worse with this cold, but it's not bad. So keep your comments coming in, and let's see, you know, what's happening here now, and see who's saying what, and I'll try and get back to you. I'm not very good technically, unfortunately, but we'll give it a go, shall we? Anyway, so Mike Tyson, boxer or is he a brawler? Tell me right now, comment below. While you're doing that, let's move on to the next one. So in this one, this is a guy that I've had the pleasure of meeting on the circuit. You know, in boxing, I also work in boxing. I don't just like talk to cameras and do the YouTube channel and bring you news and reviews, and we have these chat shows. You know, I'm telling you from a point of truth here. You know, I'm a hard-working manager, promoter. I do whatever it takes for my fighters, other people's fighters and teams. The whole thing that attracts me to the sport is I want to do the right thing with people, and I want to create the right opportunities. Now, one man that I think changed the whole heavyweight game, impressed everybody around the world, came back from mental illness and being like, you know, 1,000 pounds overweight, no offense there, you know, but big, right? Big. This man then went on to become the best. And I still believe he's the best of all time. So right now, I want to see the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Now, is he a boxer or a brawler? Let's take a look. I remember this fight. Yeah. I remember. Do you know what? I remember that fight. Isn't this the fight, viewers? And comment below, where Tyson was actually smashing the hell out of this other lad. I can't remember if he was actually English or Scottish. And he goes to throw an uppercut, and it actually bounces off the opponent and actually punches himself in the face. And his comment was, well, I wasn't getting it, so I thought I might as well fucking hit myself. Good old Tyson Fury. Gotta love him, right? What a great guy, the Gypsy King. I absolutely love the guy. But back to my question. Tyson Fury, boxer or brawler? Comment below, because I'd like to know. I'll tell you what I think, right? I think he's an absolute masterclass boxer. The guy is 6'9". I've not seen bantamweights have head movement like Tyson Fury, right? Incredible stuff. The way he can roll as well, his footwork, you know, his jab, his 1-2, everything that he puts together. You know, it's excuse me, it's a very, 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 very nice masterclass in boxing. Does he have power? Yeah, he's got power. He's a big dude. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't he have power? Is there more powerful guys out there? Yes, there is, right? You know, is Wilder got a bigger punch than Fury? I bet he has. Has he got a better chin? Don't need to answer that, do I? We know the result. So, what do you think, or brawler? Because we know we can also rough it up. But from what I see of Tyson Fury, and for what we've all witnessed and watched pretty much every single fight he's ever done, you know, he's an out and out boxer. You know, If he had to brawl, yeah, I'm sure he can get into a real good brawl, and he's been in a few. But, you know, he's a boxer, all right? He owns that ring. That's his station. That's what he owns, and that's how he makes things work. That's how it works for Tyson Fury. So comment down below, and don't forget to like if you're enjoying the show, and you know, you want to say anything to me, and we can discuss things and go forward. I can see your comments are coming through. Yeah, I can see Miss J Forever brawler. Mike is a brawler. You know what? I agree with you in a way that it's just ferocious, and sometimes when you're that ferocious, you know, it comes across as a brawler. Mike also did have some, like, you know, very, very, very good technical boxing skill. You know, he had that very TikTok motion. If everyone remembers, you know, when he used to train with not Wayne Rooney, because he's a footballer, Kevin Rooney, and he had the TikTok motion, you know, and very fast hands, very, very fast hands. But I like that. Yeah, good brawler. What we got next here? Ivanov. When Fury punched himself. Yes, that's right. So it was the fight. I thought I recognized that clip because I remember watching that fight, and I remember the guy going, and he was a tough cookie, the lad. And Tyson Fury throws, I think if I'm right, it was even a right uppercut, and it kind of misses him and punches Tyson. Tyson punches himself on the nozzle. Right there. Interesting fight that was. So what do you reckon? Boxer or brawler? So I think we got there with Mike Tyson. A lot of people here are commenting on being a brawler. Now we've got another one now saying that they think Fury is a brawler as well. Bloody hell, it's like this has turned into a street fight, this, isn't it, eh? That's what I think we should do, that. Fight vibe street fights. So I get a camera, go around all the hoods and wherever. No, I can't really say hoods, can I? It's not really the right thing to say. Go around all the more underprivileged neighborhoods and see what's happening, and see what scraps are going down and report on it. But yeah, brawler. Can't get my words out today. Right. So what else do we have? We have, everybody seems to be thinking that this is a bit of a brawling contest right now. I ain't got to a boxer yet. But anyway, this next one might get you. But just before we do, Tyson Fury, born in 1988, right? 6'9", 32 wins, 1 draw. And that draw, personally, was not a draw, was it? I was right there. There was me, Sean Gibbons, Andy Cut O'Neill. You might know Andy. He's Conor McGregor's cut man. Actually, Andy was sat on my knee because it was that packed, and we were right about 4 or 5 rows back from Wilder Fury 1 in Los Angeles. And you know, geez, the way that Tyson Fury got off the canvas after that boom from Wilder, it was incredible. You know, and he didn't get up and just kind of like, you know, hold on or kind of run away. He got up and he had a go. Me and Andy were going mental. The whole crowd was going mental. One of the best weekends in boxing in my entire life, that was. Fuck no, did Tyson Fury lose that fight. He was that champion that day. But anyway, he showed him what's what in the next one, and, you know, did the dosser, right? No disrespect as well to Wilder. Love you. You've always looked after my people down in Alabama when they stayed around there and around at your gym. Thank you so much. You're a big man, and you got my respect massively on that second fight with Tyson Fury. You gave it all, and you will be world champion again, Wilder, 100%. I think you're an absolute bloody great bloke. So Tyson Fury, Wilder, all those out the way. A lot of people are saying that brawler now and things like that. So, well, we'll see. Right. Okay. Moving on to the next one. This one is incredible. Reminds me so much, right, of like, who's that guy? John Wick, you know, the guy. Let me ask one of my crew. Who plays John Wick, guys? What's his name? Keanu Reeves. That's him, Keanu Reeves. So let's take a look at The Matrix. Lomachenko. There he is. Whoa. Now, come on. Lomachenko. I tell you what, you know, I'm Q1. Have we got anything else of Lomachenko showing a bit more of his skill? Because he's one of those kind of guys. LJ, if you've got anything here that you can put on screen to show the viewers, let's go again with Lomachenko. Here he is. Oh, beautiful. Just look at it. And did you see that as well? You know, he has that kind of popping power that's like, it didn't look like that was much more than a love tap, you know, to say, come on then. But it wasn't, was it? You know, it put him on the canvas. Lomachenko, tell me, is he a boxer or is he a brawler? Now, come on, don't fuck about, because he cannot be a brawler. This guy is as technical, high tech as you want to be. And two nicknames he's got: Matrix, right? And high tech. What is that? That means the guy is like, pop, 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 pop. There's so much he can do. I'm throwing everything around the floor here today. Anyway, there's so much he can do. All right. He's got great footwork, great head movement, great timing. The way that he moves and around the angles, the way that he positions his man, the way that he can get away out of a corner. You know, he had an off night, didn't he, against Tiafoe? You know, this happens in boxing. Anything can happen on the night. So tell me and comment down below, right? Is he a boxer or a brawler? Let me take a look. Well, let's have what we've got here. I can see some comments coming through, but you know, I think probably we're going to say that he's definitely a boxer, right? I think we've got to go with Lomachenko, saying Lomachenko, he's got to be a boxer. And what a fantastic boxer. Now, staying on Lomachenko, just after the Haney versus Kambosos, do you think, right? Do you think that Lomachenko gets his shot now against Haney? Yeah, I'd like to see that down below. Maybe I'd like to see that fight. I think that's going to be a great fight. You know, I think that's going to be something pretty special. Let's see. Let's see what we say. Anyway, moving on to our next one, which is coming through right now. So, this guy, well, man, there's not enough even start. Let me even start on this. I commentated on his fight. You'll see it on our channel down in Japan. They nickname him the Monster, right? Naoya Inoue. Sorry if I don't get his pronunciation right, but this guy is absolutely fantastic. You know, he's one of those kind of guys that just, there's not enough good things I can say about him. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about him. Let's see if we can cue him up. Can we have a look at the Monster now, please? Watch this. Boom. Oh, dear me. Oh, Nanito, you all right? Oof, what a straight right hand. The Monster, Naoya Inoue. Let's just have a look at him, right? Let's have a look at the Monster, Naoya Inoue, just for one moment here. Right, so, born in 1993, Japan, age 29. He's 23-0 with 20 KOs, nickname the Monster, right? Is he a boxer or is he a brawler? Right? Comment down below. Because there's something there with this guy that's so special. He has that, what we call concussive power. Not many fighters have that. Did you know that? I mean, people have got knockout power due to timing. It doesn't take much more than 3 pounds of pressure on your chin, you know, maybe slightly a little bit more on the temple to knock you out, right? Or to put you to the canvas and get an 8 count. But getting that timing, getting through that guard, because don't forget, styles make fights. So when you say things about styles and fights, if you kind of put someone like, let's have a look at this, for instance, right? Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. And just from my point of view, and you can disagree or agree to whatever, you know, look, comment below and just let me know. Basically, Lomachenko and Haney, they fight for the undisputed lightweight championship. Would this be a great fight? What do you think? Right now, just because their styles are both boxers, I think it would be an amazing fight. You know why? Because it will be one of those technical, very fast-paced punches from Lomachenko, good timing, good jab movement from Haney, and every now and again, because it's going to be a close fight, the final 10, 15 seconds of each round, they're going to need to win it. So it's going to get into a little bit more of a scuffle and a bit more of a brawl. Doesn't mean they're a brawler, but it's going to force the action. That is a good fight to make. I tell you, Lomachenko, Devin Haney. Really want to see that fight. So, moving to the next one. Oh, we've got a few more comments coming on now. Let's have a look. So we have Harsh Gupta. You have to go through wars like Hagler fight to be a brawler. Oh, mate, yeah. Woo! Jeez. Good one. I like that. Marvin, you know what? They would never recognize Marvin Hagler as marvelous. So what he did, when they announced him, they used to go, and Marvin Hagler. So what he did is he went down to, is it Depot, the place where you change your name and stuff like that, had his first name changed to Marvelous, just so in case anyone didn't know that. And that's why then his name was Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Fantastic. But wow. Hagler Hearns, eh? Hagler Hearns. Woo! What a war. Quick war, but what a war. Good point. To be a brawler, you got to be like that. And I'm going to show you one hell of a brawler at the end of this whole program, which you're going to love. But anyway, back to Lomachenko. Inoue, boxer or brawler? Naoya Inoue, boxer or brawler? Comment down below and why. And who do you think he should fight next? There's talk about Casemiro, but the fuck knows where he is. Casemiro, where you gone? Wait, he was great, wasn't he? When he was with Viva Promotions and Sean Gibbons, and he was going right through the ranks. He was flying. And then he just fucked off, disappeared. Fucking where'd he went? I used to have I can't even find the bloody cap on him anymore. I had a cap and I had a t-shirt, the whole lot. Casemiro, come back to the family. Anyway, let's see. What do you guys reckon? Do you think Casemiro is going to fight him, or what's next? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's not even boxing anymore. Who knows? Right. So moving to the next one. I'll answer some of your comments in a minute. Actually, before we move to the next one, let me answer some more comments. That's what we've got here. Squared Circle Report. Alex, what's up, my brother? Alex says, I agree with the harsh monsters of boxer with the heavy hands, mate. They're just weirdly heavy. Do you know, like, let me try and do this for you. So, like when I'm not very good at this. I've done a bit of boxing, right? I box every day. Believe it or not, it's my birthday next week. So I had to go off subject slightly, but there's a bit of a story to this to help me bring you to the answer. So my birthday's next week. I turn 51. I'm fit as fuck, right? I box pretty much every day. I'm not great at it. I did it because it saved my life and made my life better and gave me more confidence to actually sit in front of a camera and talk to you guys. All right. So, where was I? Let me get back to that. So I can hit like boom, bam. Okay. And you can see it. And I'm pushing. And even though I try my twisting and I do everything I've been taught over the last 20 odd years, you can still see I'm putting effort in my power shots. Monster Naoya Inoue, it's like, where the fuck has he gone? It's like canvas, isn't it? It's like, what? Incredible, Alex. Love the guy. Heavy as hands are heavy. Great one. Definitely not a brawler. But you know what? If you got into a brawl and you got one on you, I don't know, mate. I don't think you're getting up, Anyway, good one. So who else we got? We got, wow, that was some nice info. You're welcome. You see, I've got some good info, I actually do my research. I don't know everything, and I'm always learning. I'm to yourself, Harsh. I'm learning kind of like as I go forward, but as I kind of look into history of boxing and I get interested in the boxer, I want to know why, what makes him want to get into the ring, where's he go from here? Believe it or not as well, let me get your name right, Harsh. Is this Harsh, right? Yeah. It's not Harsh as in harsh, is it? Ugh. Good boxing name, that. Harsh Gupta. So what I'm thinking here is, what the bloody hell was I thinking? What was I talking about then? Technical crew, where was I? So what? Oh yeah, when he changed his name, there we go. You see, look, I'm getting old now. This is live and this is what we do. So what happens is, you find out a boxer that you like and you're really interested in. So you start to dig into his background and find out what makes him tick. So that's how I found out that he changed his name to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. So anyway, there we go. So moving on to special one now. This is amazing. So I worked with this guy for a few years. Thank you very much for bringing me into the family. CEO and president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions and Viva MP Promotions, Mr. Gibbons. Thank you so much, sir. Anyway, he brought me into the fold. I worked with co-promoted actually with this next guy. So let's see the legend himself, the only 8-division world champion and fighting senator, the Pac-Man, Pacquiao. Look at him. A young Pacquiao there, isn't it? Hey, technical people, have we got any more clips of Pacquiao? Because I really like, I want to see another one of him. Have got anything else we can show? If you have, let's, here we go. And another. Here we go. Look at him, eh? Now it was extra special. 8-division world champion. The only one in the world. A senator. He ran for president. I've co-promoted with him, worked with him on fights in Vegas and all over the world and in Manila. He's a humble, lovely guy, but that is not what I'm here to tell you. You need to tell me, is he a boxer or a brawler? Now, that one's a difficult one. Let me give you a little bit of a clue to his background so that you can probably, you know, I'm sure everyone here knows who Pac-Man is, right? Pacquiao. But anyway, let's go through this. So, Pacquiao, born in 1978. Excuse me. So the only fighting senator and the only 8-division world champion. Now he's won everything from flyweight up to, I think it was super welterweight, right? If I'm right. And if I'm wrong, please tell me down. Even though I work with the guy, I still make mistakes because I'm human. This show's live and we're all real here. But Pacquiao, for me, yes, he's a boxer, but he's a brawler. You know, he's got everything. He's had all those losses. You know, he had to keep fighting Marquez until he lost. I mean, Marquez must have been on the phone. Hey, can we go again? Hey, Manny, you there? Yeah, I beat you now 3 times, though. I beat you 3 times. Yeah, but Manny, can we go again? Go on, we'll call it a leveler. Well, anyway, leveled him, didn't he? You know, Marquez they get their win, don't they? They get their win. But styles make fights. You put a Filipino fighter like Pacquiao against Marquez. Wow, what a war, right? You know that's worth $199 pay-per-view. Bring back those prices. I'll pay it. I'll watch that. If you give me that kind of style of fight back live again on pay-per-view, I'm watching it. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, let's see what we've got down below. So there's a boxer with, so squared circle there. Good guys. Alex, he agrees there with Harsh that Monster, just one of those guys that's like, you know, heavy hands, but fantastic boxer. Yeah, me too. Love it. So back on Pacquiao, right? Do you think Pacquiao will actually ever make a comeback? Wouldn't that be great, eh? Wouldn't that be fantastic? One more fight. And if Pacquiao did come back, right, who is he going to fight? You know, I'll tell you what, here's one for you. There's a guy in Scotland as well, you know, I can't remember, Lee McAllister. He's got one of the most watched boxers in the UK many, many years ago. He's made a comeback, age 39, lovely lad, helps people out like you would not believe, absolute salt of the earth, you know. I don't profess to know him like a close friend, you know what I mean? But from what I've heard of him and from what communication I've had with him, great guy. Got himself into the WBO Intercontinental title, right? Just say this, Pacquiao comes back. I know we've seen him fight all the big names in the world, you know, he's done all that, done your Mayweathers, you know, he's done all that. Comes back, but it makes sense, right? And fights Lee McAllister for the WBO Super Welterweight Intercontinental title, which Lee McAllister owns right now. Now, means he hasn't got to worry about too much of a weight cut. It would be a good fight. I'll tell you that now. It would be a good fight. You know, Lee, no offense, but a lot of people say, oh, this is a fucking whitewash and Pacquiao would just blow him out of the water. Wouldn't be a massive one that people want to do pay-per-view probably because it's not massive names. Doesn't mean that Lee McAllister isn't a great boxer because he is. He's awesome, right? But it makes sense in the fight, because in the fight game, he's an intercontinental champion, and then he's mandatory, kind of, in brackets, right, to go back and hit a world title again. So he could have 2 comeback fights. But anyway, that was just my point of view. I just noticed it on BoxRec, and I thought that'd be a good idea if that ever happened. Probably won't, but it's boxing. Anything can happen. But who would you think he would fight if he did come back? There's no say that he would, but if he did, you know, it'd be nice, right? Nice to see the legend come back. Would you want him to come back and fight Mayweather again? If it was a real fight, right, and it meant something, not an exhibition fight, and there was nothing in it, and Mayweather's O was on the line, I would say, yeah, do it. If it's an exhibition fight, nah, who cares? I'm not bothered. Are you? It doesn't mean anything. Oh, it's an exhibition fight. You know, I didn't really give it my all. Blah, blah, blah. We all got ripped off. You know, nah. If you want to fight, get it on, get it sorted. Because I know what Manny's like. He's a good guy. Does a lot of work for his people. I'm not saying Mayweather's a bad guy. I think he's a great guy too. I just don't know him as well. But I don't think anybody really wants to see that fight. I'd like to see a real fight. As I said, styles make fights, right? So, talking about styles, we've talked about Pacquiao. Here's somebody, right? I'll tell you a story about this guy. So this next guy, I first meet him a couple of years ago, I think 3 years ago in Washington, D.C. And I go to the US, and my guy at the time was The Rock Ambunda, who was the IBO world champion and also former WBO and IBF world champion. So I was promoting and managing Ambunda, who went to defend the title in Washington against this guy, which I'm going to show you in a moment, which he won his first world title, and now he's the unified super bantamweight champion of the world. Let's see, Stephen Coolboy Steph Fulton. Beautiful work on Fulton. Absolutely, the way he works, his footwork is superb. LJ, we've got any more clips on Fulton? I'll tell you why, if you have got one, just pop it on the screen. I love this guy's footwork. I just love the way he moves, you know, his style of punching. You know, I spoke to a lot of matchmakers about Stephen Fulton, and at the time they were saying to me, yeah, you know, this kid's going to go quite far, but as long as he's matched very, very carefully. Again, styles make fights. I don't want him against too much of a big power puncher. I don't want him against this. I don't want him against that. I know a lot of people in the business, and don't get me wrong, it's not they're protecting a fighter, but they want to give you, the viewers, just like me, the best entertaining fight. Yeah, of course, promoters want to protect their fighter. I'm not trying to fucking say they're not, but we also want a good fight, right? TV won't put all their money in, and sponsors and all that money in, if we're going to get shit. All right. So you give the promoters and managers and matchmakers their dues. You know, some of these fights we see that you think is a mismatch. Don't forget the B fighter, and I've represented a lot of B fighters and still do, have had that opportunity to beat the A fighter and take their career miles forward, right? And make a load of money and be a household name. So risk versus reward. Anyway, Coolboy Steph, what do you reckon? Is he a boxer or a brawler? I'm telling you right now, he's a boxer. That guy can box. Yo, talk about Matrix. I tell you what, if Lomachenko could get down there and they could meet somewhere, oh, what a fight. The footwork, the hand movement, the head movement, the speed, absolutely everything. Right, so look at your comments on that. So what we've got, we have got Alex. So I think Pacquiao against Khan or Brook would be great money fight. I don't think Pacquiao needs to fight any of these young guys. Yeah, true, he doesn't. But you know what, Alex? I like your comment, and thanks for that. I always think that it's more about giving back. What about not the young guys, as in, I don't think he needs to risk against, you know, any of these like top, what are, we are told are the top guys in the top 10 by all the, you know, governing bodies and Ring Magazine and everything else, right? The Ring, sorry, not Ring Magazine, the Ring, who are the top pound for pounds in that division. But I'm a big fan of the Rocky movie. You know what I mean? Apollo Creed, give Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, a shot at the title. You know what I mean? And it's just like, What an amazing thing to do. You know, he picks a guy, right, that's not had the money, right, really, that Pacquiao's had, worked hard in boxing all his life, got him into a position where he's, you know, ranked in the WBO, where the Pacquiao's held plenty of those belts, as you know, and he gives him a shot. You know, make some money, make some fame, go out on a high. What do you reckon? Comment down below. But Alex, that's what I think. But you're right. He's done it. He's got nothing to prove. If he did come back, he comes back because, you know, he loves the sport and that's what he wants to do. And, you know, we all want to see him safe. We all love him. So, I mean, I think the whole world loves Manny Pacquiao, right? So there we go. Right. Harsh Gupta. What are you saying there? Have we done that one? Yeah, we've gone through that. So that is good. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next one. So what do we have? We have, I was with this guy in Atlantic City when he won his world title. He is Magnifico Mark Magsio. Let's take a look at Mark. Lovely, lovely hand movement, head movement, everything. The fight I was with him against Gary Russell Jr. when he won the WBC featherweight title was amazing. And if you remember on that night, we were the opener for Showtime, which was my guy was fighting on under GBS for Zachary Lucas, and we were fighting Nyambaya, right? Tungstort Nyambaya. We knocked it. Well, I didn't because I wasn't in the bloody ring. Zachary Lucas knocks him down in the 8th round. Ref calls it a slip. We get a draw. Fuck. Anyway. Let's go. So, Mark Magsio, is he a boxer or is he a brawler? I guess you might not know too much about Mark. Hails from the Philippines. Let me give you a little bit. Hails from the Philippines. Age 26, 24-0, 16 KOs. He's got some dynamite in those fists, right? What else have we got? And he's the WBC featherweight champion, managed by Manny Pacquiao Viva Promotions, and I think he's set for world greatness. If I was going to say anything, I would say that he's a boxer. All right, styles make fights. Gary Russell Jr. versus Magnifico, right? Mark Magsio, Triple M, was a great fight, and it was a great match. It was a beautiful fight. I mean, it was non-stop action. You know, you had Gary Russell Jr., who also is the slickest boxer, coming forward, throwing the punches, good head move. Magsio the same. Just because a boxer is aggressive, that does not make him a brawler. Okay? It does not. All right? You change your style sometimes to kind of outwit and maneuver your opponent. So a very famous thing in boxing was once said that if everybody did what they were supposed to do for those 3 minutes of that round, nobody will win. It would just be a draw. But as you know, in boxing and fight sports, so boxing, boxing is boxing, right? It's got its own genre. Then you've got fight sports or combat sports, we would say, which is everything else. And the reason boxing is because it's an Olympic sport. So we're in boxing. Two guys are going in, very aggressive, right? Coming toe to toe, bam, 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 non-stop, right? Doesn't always make them a brawler. You know what I mean? Aggressive fighter, yeah, likes to attack, likes to be first, you know, good counter puncher. But again, that fight, those two styles of Gary Russell Jr. versus Mark Magsio was a great match. Gary loses his belt that night, okay? But he's had it for 6-7 years. He's been an amazing champion, you know. And Gary, I hope you bounce back, and I wish you all the best. Mark Magsio, he's managed correctly. In fact, he's managed by his wife, and she's a lovely lady. You should meet that whole team. You ever go and follow him on Facebook and IG. Oh, by the way, I'm Scott Patrick Farrell, presenter of Fight Vibe. So if you want to follow me on IG, right, I'm at Scott Fight Vibe, Instagram, just let you know. So Mark Magsio, right down below. Is he a boxer or a brawler? And why? And what do you know about him? And who should he fight next? Let's have a look. So, got a few comments coming in again here. Anyway, we'll have a look. Anyway, we're live now, but don't forget, will also be recorded and replayed when everybody else gets out of bed. So keep going, keep your comments coming. We'll keep flying them back to you. We'll have some fun with it, and off we go. But let's see. Anyway, so moving on from Mark Magsio, let's get to this guy. Now, this guy, you know, he wants to be the GOAT. He's self-proclaimed. He's got a lot of flamboyance. But let's take a look at pretty boy Manny Mayweather. Here he is. Look at him. He loves it, doesn't he, Mayweather? He is a showman. Sacked his own promoter, sacked Bob Arum and all those guys, promoted himself, made tons and tons of cash, right? 50-0. Some say that, you know, he handpicked everybody. He's been in with some tough cookies, you know what I mean, right? He is who he says he is. You don't get to 50-0. You can't be protected like from everybody all of the time, you know? So he deserves it, right? He's done well. So you tell me, is he a boxer or a brawler? And don't comment, no, he runs away and he fucking never fights, because he does fight. Look at his early years. Have we got any more of Mayweather? Because I remember Mayweather, he's been and smashing out people. He's got his good amount of KOs. So, you know, in my book, the guy's a great boxer, and his style, come on, he outboxed, outpunched, outmaneuvered Canelo. Probably one of the best boxers / brawlers. He can be whatever you want him to be at pretty much any weight. The only reason Canelo lost against Bivol is like Bivol's so big up there. All right, it was just a bit of a step too far. But fuck me, he put on a massive battle and back down where he belongs at middle and super middle. Boom, smash, bang, whatever. Gone, Canelo. But Mayweather, boxer or brawler? And I'm telling you right now, that is one of the best boxers to ever walk the planet. The way he's so elusive, you know, he's got such skill. People may not like his attitude, all right? And that's fine. People may not like my attitude, or even the way Pacquiao is, or some other guy, or some other, it doesn't matter, all right? What matters is he's done what he's done, and he's 50-0, all right? And in my book, he's a great boxer. So what do you think? Leave a write down below. So Vassal there. So that's also true. So yeah, so he says to me, he says, being a brawler is when all the strategy goes out the window. You just want to go and eat up your opponent, smash him to bits. But the problem with that, you see, is the fact that you said it in one word, the plan's gone. You know, there's no plan now. You might as well be outside the, you know, the pub down the road and have a fight and go back in and get a pint, because there's nothing else you're going to gain from that fight. You know, you've got to have a plan. Some people's strategy is the fact that they like to feel the pain. They like to walk through the punches, and they almost just like take 6 to get off 1, you know, that's a booming hit. And I agree that that's like a lot of brawlers. A lot of brawlers, though, you know, they put a good boxer off his rhythm. So how would a brawler fight a great boxer? Right now, I'm going to say this in theory, because I don't think that I would say that, you know, I can box, right? I can fight. I'm not fantastic at both those styles, but I can handle myself. I've learned the hard way. I've been beat up a shitload of times, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And I've learned how to look after myself. So let's look at this, right? Mayweather, moving, slipping, punching, doing his thing, right? You put him against another guy who's a brawler. Now, a brawler, one of them, what was his name? Say it down below. It was Ortiz, right? Ortiz, which, oh, mate, the way that fight ended was terrible, right? When he looks at the ref like that, and they touch gloves, and then Mayweather, boom, chins him. Sparko, done. And everyone's like, come on, what the fuck? But the thing is, what is boxing? Protect yourself at all times. But what I'm trying to say here is the same thing with Maidana and all these other guys. When these brawlers come in, I say Maidana is one of the best brawling fighters to walk this earth. They put you off your plan. A boxer wants space, he wants movement, he wants angles, wants to jab. But if you've got someone just coming on you non-stop, you're going to cause you a lot of problems. And you're cutting off the corners, you know what I mean? You're cutting down the distance, you're closing the distance. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but that's how I would classify, you know, a brawler. But a brawler is still a boxer, if you know what I'm saying. It's just his style. That's what I'm trying to get across today. Again, you may not agree with me, but that's where we are. So let's have a look. Another one that I want to go through is one of my favorite guys of all time, and I mean all time. This is a brawler, right? This is the best boxing brawler on the planet, and we have loved him. And you know what? I don't have to say anymore. You know what, technician? Show my favorite fighter. Come on, you know what I like. Here he is, Irish Mickey Ward. Oh, come on. Irish Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti. Have we got round 9 in there, LJ? Is that round 9? I love that round 9. Here we go. Oh, God, come on. Styles make fights. I think I've proved my absolute fucking point. That was one of the best fights I have seen in my entire life. It wasn't one of the best boxing matches. Arturo Gatti could fucking brawl like a motherfucker, but it was incredible. Round 9, both guys going down, getting up. You know what I mean? Mickey Ward, when he punches the canvas, you know, and saying, I'm not going down again. Fuck this. And they went to war, you know, war. Now that was what you call making a fight. Styles make fights. Absolute make amazing fights. And whoever put that match together, and you know what? They went 3 times, the Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti trilogy. And then the next time, Mickey Ward joined Arturo Gatti and then went with him to be in his corner and train with him for his next fights, I think, and then which Gatti lost, but I think he lost that one, but I know he lost against Mayweather, and it went from there. But and again, so Mickey Ward, come on, who is he? Boxer or a brawler? He's gotta be a brawler. But love you, Irish Mickey Ward. Absolutely love the film. Fantastic. It was incredible. I thought Mark Wahlberg played an incredible part playing you there, and yeah, God bless you, your brother, your family, and all of you. You know, really, really cool people, and sending love. Mickey Ward, one of my favorite guys. So that's the top 10 that we talked about, styles of who's a boxer and who's a brawler. Now, we're shooting this live, and normally when we go live on YouTube here, not many people really know who I am just yet, you know, and what we're all about. So not expecting thousands of people here today, but I tell you what, on the recording of this, when you see it later, put your comments down. Let's have a laugh and let's go through things. Let's check it out. Let's see what we've got here. You know, I want to know who you guys want to see. And maybe we can make the matchmakers make the fights we want to see. Because sometimes, you know, I'm told to announce a fight and I think, fuck, you know, I don't want to announce that. Who wants to see that bag of shit? Not there's anything wrong with the fighter himself. I've got no disrespect for anybody, and I mean anybody, any boxer in particular, who gets in those ropes. It's fucking hard. I've done it myself many times, hundreds of times, and it's hard, you know. It never gets easy, right? I actually like it now, you know. I didn't used to. I was terrified. I used to cry. I was on the floor. Bloody hell. So anyway, boxing saves lives, gives everything better, just everything. Anyway, let me tell you about this. Styles make fights. There was my top 10 I wanted to have a look at. So as you see this throughout the day or the night, when you get out of bed or when you've got some time, what I want you to do is comment down below. Let's try and push matchmakers. Let's bring back some of the glory days. So talking of glory days, because I'm always dropping stuff, me, you know. I've got this little sheet here because it helps me kind of keep track of where we're going, because as you can see, I go a little bit off center now and again. So what we got? Okay. Oh, here we go. The Fight Vibe. So on Fight Vibe, we like to pick every single week Fight Vibe's punch of the week. Right now, Jesus, this punch, my God, is incredible. Let me show you in a second. Hold off 1 second, technicians, because it's not just how good it was, it's just how it came from nowhere. So roll. Fight Vibe punch of the week. You guessed it. It's that straight right hand from Naoya Inoue. Boom on the temple of Nonito. Bang. Now, Nonito beats the count. He's okay. He's all good. Gets to the bell, but gets stopped in the second round. What an absolute punch. As I said earlier, Naoya Inoue is something very special. I don't see this guy losing to anyone anytime soon. All right, I'm telling you that now. So we've seen at the same event, which I think is really funny, right? This is a great one. Do you know what? I don't need this anymore. So this same event down in Japan, Naoya Inoue takes out Nonito Donaire, right? And then it comes on to what we call on Fight Vibe now, and I'm going to call it Scott's best moments. Scott's best moments. And they're not all about knockouts. And here's my best moment of the boxing this week. It gets me so excited. Not because I'm taking the piss. I'm not taking the piss. It's the energy, the fun, the love, the entrance. Give me, come on, give it to me, baby. It's Japanese. Woo! Elvis. Oh, look at this guy. I love this guy. Oh, Naoya Inoue walks into Japanese Elvis, rocking the shit out of it. What an absolute superstar. Do you know what? I want to book him for this show at some point. Anyway, let's see. But anyway, you've been listening to me. It's me, Scott Patrick Farrell, presenter of Fight Vibe, bringing you how styles make fights. We've been talking about boxers, brawlers, Japanese Elvis, punch of the week. Oh, you name it. Anyone else online who wants to have a chat? The Zen, Gatti Ward is one of the greatest fights of all time. I'm telling you now, 100% all time, round number 9. What an absolute fantastic round. Incredible. I'll take a sip of my coffee, read some more of your notes. What we got here? Yeah, so I think we've had a good conversation. There's going to be a lot more to come. As I said, I've done this live for you today, but now the recording is going to go out there. So they'll take it off live shortly when I close the show, put it onto videos, have a go through, get back to me, comment, reply. Don't forget to follow us and like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, if you like the content, we'd like to get the studio better and just make everything better and bring you better clips and better everything. If you want to donate, send us cash, please do. We'll always accept your cash. We're not that proud. So do what you want to do. If you love us, that's fine. If you don't, that's also fine. But anyway, I'm going to round the show up now and say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the show on Scott Talks every Friday. And today Scott was talking about how styles make fights. I'll see you soon next time right here on this channel on Fight Vibe. I'm going to take my coffee, go now and have a break, and then probably have a beer. Have a great weekend, Fight Vibers. Let's go. We're still on it.